What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video. And today it's everyone's favorite video of the year, the NFL playoff predictions. This is for 2020 and 2021. Of course, we're in 2021. Happy New Year. This is my first recorded video in the new year. Is that true, or did I just lie to you? It is true. Wait. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I get that this is going to be a controversial video, and I completely understand it. As a fan base, if I tell you that your team's going to lose, or if I think that's going to happen, yeah, you're probably not going to like that, because, you know, you value your team, think they can go all the way. Everyone wants to believe that. I get that. And with luck, I might be wrong. And I probably will be. It's very, very difficult as you go through it to get 100% correct. But of course, that is the goal today. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. It's completely free to subscribe. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, we'll start in the AFC. This is a rematch. Titans-Ravens. And the Ravens had a really, really close game with the Titans the first time around. And I think they can probably win the second time around. The Ravens are getting hot at the right time. Yeah, they've played some cupcake teams. The Titans just were in a thriller with the Texans. And of course, you know, we do have to kind of go off of what we've seen the entire season. But also, is there a heavier emphasis on the more recent games? I think there could be. The Ravens are getting hot at the right time. And also, I think they're a really, really talented team. Injuries have held them back a big way. This is kind of a 50-50 in my opinion. It's very close. I think I'll lean towards the Ravens. Titans have a really strong running game, of course, with Derrick Henry. Congrats on 2K yards. Their offensive line's really, really good. And I think that could attack the weakness of the Ravens. But the Ravens have a decent defense. They're especially good in the secondary, in my opinion, as far as talent goes. And their offense, if they can get it going against a not-so-great Titans defense, I think the Ravens end up winning this game. This is a really close game. I wouldn't be shocked if the Titans win. Browns-Steelers. I think I had the Steelers here. They played some close games as well lately. But I think as nice as the Browns are, and as nice as it would be to see the Browns win, because they have, you know, seen no playoff success in the past 2 decades. It's the first time they've made it in 18 years to the playoffs. I think I did a video on this. Kelly Holcomb was their last quarterback to make a playoff start. I just think the Steelers are a little bit of a better team, so I would take them here. Colts Bills. The Bills are great, man. Everyone going into the year thought that their defense was going to be pretty good, and that's kind of been the weak point of the team. Their offense has come alive. Josh Allen is one of the most fun players to watch in the entire National Football League, and I don't know where this accuracy came from. Last year, the year prior, Josh Allen really couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. We knew what he could do as a runner. This year, his accuracy's taken leaps and bounds, a huge jump to become one of the best passers in the league. And that's shown through not only his stat line, but anytime you watch him play. Josh Allen has been incredible. I think Stephon Diggs has helped him out a lot. But big credit to Brian Dable, offensive coordinator. He's a stud. Big credit to the coaching staff. I think his mechanics were completely reworked over the past couple years. So the fact that he got everything clicking, firing on all cylinders, really fun player to watch. I think Bills fans think I hate him. I don't hate him. Just, in my opinion, had to point out the flaws of his game previously, and his accuracy was a big problem. Not anymore. He's great now. So hats off to him. In the NFC, this game is not necessarily done yet. Right now, it is football team versus Philadelphia. If Philadelphia wins, my favorite team, the New York Giants, are in. If football team wins, they go to the playoffs. I don't think it's going to matter either way. I don't think an NFC East team is making it out of the wild card round. They just aren't good. Either way, any way you slice it, any way you roll the dice. The Giants don't have the pass rush, in my opinion, to beat the Bucs. And yeah, I am a Giants fan. And the interior of their defensive line has been great. Leonard Williams has taken a huge step up. You got to extend him. A lot of offseason videos to come. NFL draft, free agency. But that's not this video. So we're not going to talk about extending Leonard Williams, what the Giants need to do. I just think that overall, any NFC East team is just not good enough to compete with the Buccaneers. Tom Brady has been unbelievable this year. Some ups and downs occasionally, but more often than not, Brady's been exceptional. First year in a new scheme, first year in a new team, first year away from New England, and he's been amazing. 43 touchdowns for the 43-year-old quarterback. Unreal. Unreal. The Bucs are a pretty good team. I love Antoine Winfield Jr. at the back end. I think he's kind of solidified that secondary. Carlton Davis has taken a step up. Jamel Dean's a pretty good player. Levante David is one of the best inside backers in the league. Vita Vea is a stud. Shaq Barrett's really good, solid. I mean, like, there's so much talent Devin White, didn't even talk about him. Has been a stud pass rusher up the middle for them this year. The Bucs are a really solid team, and when they play to their best, which isn't necessarily on prime time, which this game is, I think the Bucs will end up beating whoever it is, whether it's football team or the Giants. Rams and Seahawks, I'm taking the Seahawks all day. The Seahawks defense has actually started to come alive in recent weeks, and of course, if Russell Wilson plays up to his level, the Seahawks are a very, very good team. Rams, maybe without Goff. Even with Goff, I don't really think it matters. I think the Seahawks are just a better team than the Rams are. And then Bears, Saints. I'll take the Saints here. I just don't think the Bears are good enough. Their defense is pretty solid, but on offense, there's a ton of questions, and mainly it is, do they have a good quarterback? And the answer is always no. Their offensive line is weak as well. If they win this game, it's going to be their defense, I think. I don't really see this being a particularly high-scoring game, but the Saints don't really allow any rushing game to beat them. So even if David Montgomery can have a solid game, I just don't think anyone could see the Bears moving on unless you're a Chicago fan. The Bears just are not good enough, in my opinion. Moving on to the next round here, we have the Steelers taking on the Bills, the Ravens taking on the Chiefs, and then we have Bucs, Packers, Seahawks, Saints. Starting in the AFC, I'm taking the Bills. The Steelers, although started off really, really hot, have kind of been up and down the past few weeks of the season. The Bills just continue to murder teams today. Played a lot of their starters against the Dolphins, who were trying to make the playoffs, win it in. And, of course, yeah, a lot of struggles with Tua at QB. Rookie quarterback, no real offseason. And a lot of his offseason was spent rehabbing an injury. Bills crushed them anyway. Their defense was the strength of that team, and the Bills crushed their defense. The Steelers, the defense is their strength of the team. So I think the Bills are just going to outplay the Steelers. This one, of course, you get into the divisional, you get into the championship, of course. These games could really go either way, but I think the Bills would actually take this one. I'll take the Chiefs over the Ravens as well. I just find it too tough to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I'm never really going to do that. And we've seen the Ravens and the Chiefs play a couple times over the past couple years. I just think the Chiefs are a better team. I think the Chiefs are the best team in the league. They're coming off a bye. They're going to have a lot of time to prep for this game. Another argument with that is that, hey, the Chiefs could be a little bit rusty. Haven't played football in a while. But I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. There's just no way. In the NFC, Seahawks Saints. This is a really, really tough one because the Saints are a really talented team. They're a really, really talented team. I think, I hate to say it, man, but their quarterback play holds them back. Drew Brees has clearly regressed. He's just not the player he used to be, which is not saying all that much. He was an MVP type player, right? So Drew Brees, you're talking about him leading the league every year in yards for a little while, and he just isn't that guy anymore. They've dealt with injuries. They've been super banged up. I think a healthy Saints team makes this a lot better of a game, but I think I'm just going to lean towards the Seahawks here. Again, wouldn't surprise me to go the other way. In the NFC, we got the Bucs and the Packers. We've seen this matchup already, and the Bucs defense ravaged the Packers offensive line. David Bakhtiari out for the year at left tackle, one of the best left tackles, if not the best left tackle in the NFL. And the Bucs really got after Aaron Rodgers, but since that game, Aaron Rodgers has been on a tear, and he was before that game as well. Rodgers is going to win the MVP. He's played like the best quarterback in the league. He's back to his old ways. I love it. Aaron Rodgers, probably my favorite quarterback of all time. Love seeing him play well. This is a tough one for me. I think the Packers win this game, but I also think the Bucs could upset. I really do. They haven't performed great in prime time. I don't really think that matters a ton. I just can't bet. I'm not going to bet against the MVP. I'm just not going to do it. I really do think the Bucs could win this game, but I'm going to pick the Packers. In the championship, Bills, Chiefs, Packers, Seahawks. I'm going to take the Chiefs. This is going to be a close game, too, because the Bills' offense is super potent. The Chiefs' defense is definitely the weak part of their team. Their offense really carries, and their offensive line is not particularly strong. The Chiefs' defense has taken some strides, and the weak point of that defense is their LB core, in my opinion. Do the Bills have what it takes? This should be a shootout. It really should be. But once again, I just can't pick against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. but it also would not shock me. And I feel like I've been wishy-washy in this video, but it wouldn't shock me to see the Bills in the Super Bowl as well. They are a good enough team. They just might be playing a better team in the Chiefs, but this one should be a really fun game to watch. And then Seahawks Packers. We've seen this matchup in the playoffs over the years. Rodgers versus Wilson, some really, really fun close games. Russell Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers should be a really fun duel. But I think I'm going to take the Packers. I think this is the time for Aaron Rodgers to drag his team back into the playoffs. You have a depleted receiving core. He's made Bob Tonyan, big Robert Tonyan, one of the best tight ends in the league this year as far as scoring touchdowns. Davante Adams, arguably the best receiver in the league, has certainly played up to that this year. I'm going to take the Packers over the Seahawks. I just don't think the Seahawks have the defense to compete with the Packers. Packers defense is a little bit bad as well. I get that. But I think the Packers are just a slightly better team than the Seahawks because we've seen them stall on offense this year. I mean, they scored, 6 points against the Giants? Not something great against that team. I think the Packers are just a little bit better. Making the Super Bowl, Chiefs, Packers, Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. And you love it. It's maybe a toss-up because this should be a really, really fun game. A lot of offense, a lot of scoring. Who do you take in this game? Do you take Mahomes and the fiery offense? Mecole Hardman, Tyreek Hill. Le'Veon Bell got brought in, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a really, really awesome season as a rookie running back. Travis Kelce has had the best season ever for a tight end. I think you can make a strong argument for. Gronk had more TDs in his season, but Travis Kelce set the yards record for a tight end. He's a big part of why that offense is so great, and the Packers really don't have the linebackers to cover Travis Kelce. So you bring up a safety? Well, Adrian Amos has had a great season for the Packers, but is Amos really going to take Travis Kelce out of the game? Don't know about that one. With the Packers, you have a ragtag bunch of receivers outside Davante Adams. The Chiefs really don't have a number one capable of covering Davante Adams, in my opinion, unless L'Jarius Sneed really steps up to the challenge. But really, we've seen it all year. No one can cover Davante Adams. But with the other receivers, I mean, does Tyrann Mathieu take Robert Tonyan out of the game? Does Robert Tonyan get a different matchup? Maybe. I don't know. He's not a huge difference maker the way Travis Kelce is on the other side of the ball. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, does he get over the top? Yeah. Probably drops the ball, though. Juan Thornhill, Tyrann Mathieu are going to be in the back end. Matthew's someone who moves around a lot, too, though. I don't know. This is a tough one. I like Allen Lazard. It's just going to be which offense ends up performing better on that night. And I think I probably say that the Chiefs do. I picked them to repeat as champions. Mahomes over the Packers. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers win this game. Maybe work towards solidifying his status as one of the most talented QBs ever. I think you have to go with Brady as the GOAT, the best player of all time. Super Bowls, individual accolades. Brady's been unbelievable. But Aaron Rodgers, only a one-time Super Bowl champion, multiple-time MVP. Of course, will even further prove that after this year. I just think the Chiefs are going to be too good. So I'm taking the 1 seed all the way. It's 2 1 seeds in the Super Bowl. The NFC, I think, could shape up a lot different than this. Wouldn't shock me if it was Saints-Bucks in the NFC Championship game. We've got some really talented teams. I think these could go either way, but I am going to take the Chiefs. Wouldn't shock me to see the Ravens go all the way. Wouldn't shock me to see the Bills go all the way. Yes, Steelers fans, I'm sleeping on the Steelers. I don't think they're better than the Ravens or the Bills. Just going to go out there and say that. Wouldn't shock me to see the Saints go all the way. Would be fun to see Drew Brees win a Super Bowl, another one. Would be fun to see the Seahawks in there. Would be fun to see Tom Brady win one with the Bucks. A lot of fun angles, a lot of fun matchups. Let me know what you have down in the comment section below. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of disagreeing on this video. And you could definitely sway me one way or the other. I think these should be some really, really good, really close matchups. Of course, it won't play out like that. Never does. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah. Promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah. Papa turn taking it back to the house. so loud. Speed burst good.